If you have a sweater with a small hole, but the yarn is still beautiful, soft, and almost like new, do not rush to throw it away. It would be such a waste to say goodbye to a piece that is only slightly damaged. Instead, you can use the good parts of the fabric to turn it into something useful and charming. In today's video, I will show you how to give the sweater a new life without using a sewing machine or any complicated techniques. Part 1. First, let us take a look at the sleeve of the old sweater and see what we can create from it. Start by cutting the sleeve away from the body of the sweater. Use a pair of scissors and cut right along the seam where the sleeve is attached to the main part of the garment. At this point, the cut line will not look very neat or straight. That is completely normal. Now take a ruler and draw a diagonal line on the sleeve close to the uneven cut you just made. This line will guide us so the fabric edge becomes smoother and more even. Once the line is marked, simply cut along it. You will notice the edge looks cleaner and easier to work with. The next step is to place this trimmed sleeve on top of the remaining sleeve still attached to the sweater. Gently line them up and use a piece of tailor chalk to trace along the top edge of the first sleeve. Follow that line and cut the second sleeve free. Now we have two matching sleeve pieces that we can continue to work with. Turn both sleeve pieces inside out. Lay them flat and place the two diagonal cut edges together so they form one long strip across. Hold them in place and prepare to sew. All we need is a simple straight stitch along the edge of the wool fabric. Take your time and let the needle glide through the fibers. This step is very relaxing, and a lot of older sewing lovers enjoy the rhythm of it. If it were you, would you keep the sweater as it was or turn it into something new? Let me know in the comments and share your own ideas. I would love to hear them. When you finish stitching the edges together, tie a firm knot to secure the seam. Trim away any extra thread. Next, we will use an overcast stitch to make sure the wool fibers do not unravel. This stitch wraps around the edge and keeps everything neat and strong. By the way, if you are still watching, please tell us which country you are watching from. We would love to connect with you. After the overcast stitch is complete, turn the long strip of fabric right side out. Fold the two ends together and you will see it already looks like a soft wool scarf. To finish the design, we will create a small loop that will help secure the scarf when you wear it. Cut a small piece of wool fabric about 10 centimeters long and 5 centimeters wide. Fold it in half so the edges meet as evenly as possible. Stitch along the sides to close it up, but remember to leave one small opening. When the stitching is done, turn the piece right side out through the opening you left. Now fold the raw edge of the opening inward by about 1 centimeter. Sew it shut carefully. Tie a knot and cut any extra thread. This will give you a neat, clean little band. Place this band on one end of the scarf. Stitch both ends of the band down to secure it in place. When this is finished, take the other end of the scarf and slide it through the band. Now you have a warm, cozy wool scarf made entirely from the sleeves of an old sweater. It is very simple to use. All you need to do is wrap the scarf around your neck and pass one end through the band so it stays in place. What a cute and practical accessory for the winter season. It does not take much time to make, and it gives new life to an old sweater using only a few simple stitches. Enjoy your new handmade scarf, and thank you for joining me in this creative sewing moment. Part 2. Now let us move on to the body of the sweater because we can reuse this part as well. The fabric here is wide enough for us to turn it into something very useful. First, place your hand on the wool surface with your thumb slightly spread out. Use tailor chalk to draw around the shape of your hand. Do not draw too close to your fingers. Leave about 1 to 1.5 centimeters of extra space so the glove will feel comfortable and not too tight. When the outline is ready, take your scissors and cut along the chalk line. Keep your hand steady and let the scissors follow the curves slowly. Place the piece you just cut on top of another area of the sweater and trace around it with chalk to create a second identical shape. Cut the second piece out. Now we have 2 matching pieces that will form one glove. We can begin sewing along the edges. Use a simple stitch that moves 1 step forward and 1 step back. This helps the seam stay secure and prevents the wool from stretching too much. Take your time and enjoy the process. Many older sewing lovers find this kind of slow, steady stitching very calming. If you have any ideas for reusing old sweaters, please share them with us in the comments. We love gathering creative thoughts from everyone. Once you have reached the end of the stitching line, tie a firm knot to finish the seam. Trim the extra thread and turn the glove right side out so the stitches stay on the inside. It already begins to look like a cozy handmade mitten. Repeat the same steps for the second glove so the pair will match. Now you have a warm pair of wool gloves made from the body of an old sweater. They feel soft on the hands, and they match beautifully with the scarf we made earlier. It is wonderful how a damaged sweater can be turned into something useful with just a little patience and a few simple stitches. No sewing machine is needed, and everything is done with your hands and your creativity. Enjoy your new gloves, and thank you for being here with me in this gentle sewing journey. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope these 2 simple ideas show you that even an old damaged sweater can have a second life. With just a pair of scissors, a needle, and a little patience, we created a soft scarf and a cozy pair of gloves that will keep you warm through the cold season. If you found this video helpful, remember to like and subscribe so you will not miss any future sewing tips. I wish you many peaceful moments with your needle and thread. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.